10 home bakers from across North America have left the comfort of their kitchens to take home the grand prize. Welcome to Great Chocolate Showdown.
Keep you in this competition, but each week we will have to say goodbye to the competitors whose chocolate creations
starts now. Okay, bakers, I'm about to show you one of the
patience and finesse.
And you know we've achieved temper when we're in the proper temperature zone.
Are you sweet, salty, or even a little spicy? Ready, steady.
And I'm 27, and I am an oncology pharmacist. Baking is very different from what I do at my day job.
My name is Rainu. I'm a high school art teacher. I'm also a makeup artist.
Busy, and baking's for me. It makes me happy. It's something I get to do just for myself and for fun.
For including whiskey in baking, and that's the ace in my sleeve.
There's a lot of sugar in white chocolate, so it makes tempering a lot more difficult. It just doesn't set as hard as dark chocolate.
I use a turntable and acetate, and I pipe a spiral, and then I try to pipe into vodka to make three-dimensional designs.
There we go. Temperature, time, and movement, and she's struggling with all three.
I'm trying to ignore the clock.
Youngest one here, I can do something very ambitious. I have tempered more than one kind of chocolate, and I think it looks pretty good.
I'm making a bold choice to replace the pastry tart shell that I usually make, but I don't always make things in under 90 minutes.
I'm definitely relieved it's done, and I survived.
Visually, your tempered chocolate is beautiful. Let's see if it has a snap.
I love the layers. I loved the nuttiness of it. I love
buttercream and a chocolate chip cookie core.
Ooh.
And I made
3 desserts stood out for us.
the 3 home bakers whose dessert us from a baker who had a shaky start, but managed
because they're
to take
delicious.
flight.
My first thought is I need to change that graham cracker. How do I change it?
We've given our competitors the flavor framework. Just because...
Whip that up, and it also has to set, which generally takes up to about an hour. We are good.
Now I have to get this ganache made.
I'm trying to get around the marshmallows and on top of the marshmallow.
A little bit deconstructed, but it will be a s'more. My hands are shaking a little. I'm a little...
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The marshmallow, I felt, didn't contribute. It felt like a bit of an afterthought.
I was expecting a little bit more.
Being safe
Missing in the bite is some sort of soft chocolate. I wish it was there.
Dumpling with marshmallow with a chocolate ganache dipping sauce that has graham cracker crumb in it.
And Trinity. Safe won't get you far in this competition.
Unfortunately, one
Hoping
of
for
you...
a fruitful outcome with her chocolate pairing.
It's do or die.
Chocolate Showdown.
Are you ready to make some chocolate magic?
10 home bakers began their sweet journey.
Going into game mode.
Walking into the kitchen today, I'm relieved to be here.
You've already learned about tempering chocolate in your last technique test. Now, bubble wrap. You want to make sure you get it into every crevice in between. And there you go. A gorgeous tulip cup inside and out.
This is looking intricate,
Sweet
and
on.
it's probably...
Do I want milk?
Flour using eggs to create the petals. In the last technique test, I won a second impression shelf liner. You know, I pretty much have this at home on one of my kitchen shelves, so...
All right.
Sculptural element and a sculptural tool. So far, I have not had my best foot forward in the last.
I'm dry roasting my spices.
It's just having enough time to bake it, but hopefully, since I'm doing smaller cheesecakes and not big ones.
Silicone.
I can't wait to see how this is going to turn out.
Me too.
Slow and gentle. There we go.
I'm about to deflate my bake. Falls apart. Chef Anna told us to make it back up.
And they just all fall out. My dessert is
We'll now
melting.
look at all your dishes and select the 5 we're going to taste.
And then you've created a new texture, a chocolate with the sugar on there. I think that was a brilliant idea of adding that.
I can see it's so clever.
But a little more sweetness would have made it
Visually, your dessert is beautiful.
Lovely restraint in the plating.
T, Vanessa, Casey, and Trinity. Your dishes did not make an impression, and there's 1 seat left.
Ruby red grapefruit. Ruby red grapefruit was my first choice when I saw the entire stack of fruit.
So shaky right now.
Half cup of cocoa powder.
Fruit really has to be...
And pair it with the ruby chocolate.
All right, go big or go home, right?
Once and it tasted like sand. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. I forgot to create.
I want warmer flavors to counterbalance that acidity and to play up the fruity notes
My
of
next
chocolate.
step is to work on my mascarpone strawberry buttercream. I don't know if my dessert needs more strawberry, but I just really want to.
Oof. I'm doing a layer chocolate.
Thank you.
But I am concerned that this is the only regular serving would have been.
Did you taste as you went along?
I did.
I would like to taste a little more banana
Let's just
flavor
hope it
in.
tastes good. Looks like something you would see in a pastry shop in Paris.
Oh, cool.
I did get pear inside.
Fatty. Another spice treasure.
T. Katie, from your brief time in this
I am feeling the heat now.
There's $50,000 on the line.
Come on, hold together.
The home bakers used chocolate decorations to make a huge impression on the judges. Best-selling author.
Walking into the kitchen.
Chocolate makes everything better. And today, I'm gonna show you one of my favorite techniques, panning. The key thing is movement.
It's definitely intimidating knowing that I'm going to have to do it for the first time.
In pairs.
T. You had the best dessert.
Your dream world and combine it with the tastes of Fatty.
Will be granted immunity and won't participate in the upcoming chocolate elimination
Could
challenge.
get messy, so the sleeves are gonna have to go up.
Beautiful. This is a cherry pitter.
Oven temperature? What do you need?
350.
How's it going, Trinity?
It's good. The king of flavor. I am very lucky to be partnered with someone who knows flavoring so well.
Show my expertise with other spirits.
I defer to Andrew on the alcohol.
And I defer to her on a lot of...
Until stiff peaks, which could take some time.
I would love Trinity to get a little respite. I think
It's
she...
my power color.
Me too.
Vanessa's inspired to make this beautiful kind of seafoam coral.
I'm pouring sugar on the parchment. Now I can focus on my buttercream. I'm going to make easy Swiss meringue buttercream. It's a lot less time. So it's a Swiss meringue buttercream.
I'm in damage control. I'm gonna strain these now, and then I'll take over the panning.
Thank you.
So I get to work on plating.
Are you okay there?
I'm fine. I'm
Okay.
good. I'm in my happy place.
Bakers, it's time to taste your colorful chocolate creations. T and Vanessa,
Because
present.
I was focusing a lot on the panning, I was like, I'm panning chocolate. I had so much chocolate on the
Deliver
brain.
together something wonderful. So thank you very much. You can head back to your station. Trinity and Fatty.
I hope the judges notice that I can't be taken seriously.
I'm super confident in our plate, and I really do think we have what it takes to
Confident
get
about this spice challenge. I'm still trying to break out of my comfort zone of baking with ginger.
Pink peppercorns.
Just for garnish. Star anise.
Sumac and cardamom. I think we'll go with pink peppercorns.
The spice that I get where he was making them himself and I was just supervising. So I'm competing because of my son.
I'm
I
thinking
wanted to
about
go-
doing a chocolate ginger ganache. Oh, yeah. But instead of using the
using a
traditional
shortbread cookie.
Better be getting your spice on. 15 minutes left.
Texture, and there's height. Woo.
For somebody who doesn't like lavender, I think it's pretty cool that I was
Chewiness and tenderness, hats off to you for that.
I thought you worked with the cayenne pepper wonderfully.
When I brought that up to my mouth to taste, I could smell the pink peppercorns.
But we've got a little separation here.
Yes.
White chocolate is laden
shortbread
with
and star anise honeycomb for texture.
and testing the limits of your boundaries. And I thought the ganache was delicious.
Thank you.
More confident with my baking skills.
The best dessert belongs to... It's been a pleasure. Likewise. They gotta bring it this time.
But coming out on top is a tough nut to crack.
I am in big trouble.
World-class dessert experts, master chocolatier Stephen Hodge, award-winning cake designer, sent you 7 home bakers in hot pursuit of the grand prize.
Pushing you harder, too.
It's time for your next chocolate technique test.
There's so many elements of making a mirror glaze.
I've divided this glaze for 3 different colors, and I'm going to add...
Sounds like sweet honey. And then you look at what she's doing and you think to yourself, of course I can do that. It's so easy.
Spectacular
It's
cake
never easy.
with wondrous shine. The colors should hint at the flavors inside.
But see that next level of baking.
Making a mess, that's cool. I have never gotten immunity.
It's like an almond flour cookie base. Going as fast as I can. The mirror glaze itself is a pretty fast process. There you go. I'm making spiced chocolate cake with blueberry juniper compote. Juniper is a very...
Gorgeous. I've never put mahla with white chocolate, but my baker's gut is telling me.
Loving the pair, embracing it. In terms of creating a mirror glaze, what color scheme are you thinking?
Almost there.
How's the buttercream going? Let's get whipping.
30 minutes!
I have to get it covered and perfectly smooth to apply the mirror glaze.
It's not as smooth as I would like.
Okay. It's like summertime. I think it looks kind of like a
Want in a
bonbon.
mirror glaze cake.
I feel pretty confident that the judges will pick mine, but at the same time...
Well, that combination of peanut
I
butter
would have
and
loved to
jelly.
see a crunch inside there.
Noted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There are
I
only 4
totally
of us left,
understand.
and Vanessa and I look at each other hoping that it's one of us.
That cake belongs to...
Higher the stakes for these chocolate elimination challenges. So to get immunity at this point would
Please
be
welcome
really
Purdy's master chocolatier, Rachel McKinley.
First thing I want to do is just pulse these real quick and get them toasted.
Come on, cheesecake?
So I add some milk chocolate to just balance it out a little bit. The biggest challenge is going to be balancing
Crunch that I
flavors.
think they're looking for with the base of the cheesecake. I know that I have to reinvent the dessert. I need to hit it out of the park with this cheesecake. I have to set up my cream cheese dark chocolate mousse.
Caramel to the right temperature. I'm making 2 caramels. One is a cinnamon whiskey sauce. The other caramel,
I'm ready for that wow factor. I mean, they gotta bring it this
Strawberry
time.
compote that I can use to create this jellified ring on my plate and also show the strawberry that will be.
and so I'm really hoping the judges like what I've made.
Bakers, in this chocolate?
I have 2 mistakes on my plate, so I'm feeling like it's possible I could be going home today.
Delicious.
It was brilliant that you used miso, which is super salty.
Live and learn. The judges still liked my flavors, and I still marked all the elements of a sweet Georgia brown.
Working on it.
Thank you. It's a really good boost, especially after not even having my cake tasted in the last challenge.
The brownie was a slightly mystifying texture to me.
It's getting
It
more
was
real that I could actually win this.
For someone who has only been baking for a few months, what you lack in experience, you make up for with enthusiasm.
home today.
Because winning the grand prize will not be a piece of cake.
I have to make this happen.
7 home bakers poured their efforts into making a mirror glaze.
I'm feeling pretty good.
But it was Casey's peanut butter and jelly cake that...
Even though I got the top dessert in the last chocolate elimination challenge, I'm a little anxious.
There is one confection that is considered the crown jewel. Bonbon. All the air bubbles. Then immediately flip it upside down, let all the excess chocolate drip out, and then when that creamy sweetness.
Just like every chocolate technique test, Chef Cynthia makes her
All queer
demonstration on
team,
chocolate.
so I would really like to work with tea. Get over here.
You can make your spectacle
I'd be
cake.
dying to work.
Can be found in our pantry. You have 2 hours on the clock to complete
And then we
this
can
technique.
fill it up with like rainbow colored candy.
Done.
You see, okay. Since T and I are both queer, I really want to do
Being
something.
two moms, Kathy and I want to make sure to really lean into the chaotic nature of Saturday morning. Much good.
I have never made bonbons before, so this is going to be fun.
You want to bite into that and get the ganache. The chocolate shell is just the seal. And then if it's too thick, you're eating solid chocolate.
So I was
Giant
afraid
cake
of.
with decorations and color and over-the-top extravaganza.
What are we doing here? Bakers! Starting to get down to crunch time. 30 minutes left.
When are you for piping the chocolates?
Right now.
Okay.
As I'm filling the bonbons with my cream cheese frosting, I realized that
Oh, look.
We did it!
Time's up.
Woo! Yes!
Tin carnival cake with 3 flavors of chocolate bonbons, fun colors of the carnival,
Taking
exhausted at
over
the end of the
that
day.
strawberry balance.
Okay.
But this is a stunning, stunning cake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Casey
It's
and
really-
Kathy, I can taste the love in this cake. I'm picking up the maple flavor.
With your baking, so hats off to you.
thank you.
I love the fact that you
Just
used
like
the
our
heart.
cake. Fingers crossed.
If Vanessa and I don't get immunity, I don't know what else
We want to
could
see
have done.
your take on a beloved classic. This dessert unleashes
Big part of my
layers.
background. I think the judges are really going to be looking for that we really step it up, that we really transform this.
You cut into a circle and you place it on top of your cream puff so that while it bakes, it cracks.
So that takes care of my whipped cream, the cherries, and the chocolate. Check, check, check. Here so far in this competition.
Both sheets of puff pastry have completely bled out all their butter.
I have hit this out of the park.
Bakers, 1 minute left. Let's go.
Gotta go.
So there is a little cherry pie with dark chocolate in it, and there is a cherry cream. These 3 other bakers are incredible, and if they turned it out as much as I'm sure they
That
did,
you don't have Black Forest context, but usually there's a little more whipped cream component to it. You'll recreate for your family and friends moving forward.
Thank you,
can
Kathy.
have that.
Kathy.
Thank you. How to balance the sugar so that the cherry was the dominant flavor. That hint of basil is just
As it
there,
stands,
fatty style.
I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm not gonna count myself out.
That you will keep
I don't want to
baking.
go home.
Absolutely. Suck it out.
As the bakers move one step closer to taking the grand prize.
It's a disaster. They've just got to get it under control.
Home bakers paired up in the technique test to craft spectacular cakes featuring bonbons.
Gorgeous.
Having one best
and we'll be
dessert.
using it to create flowers. So I've colored this white modeling chocolate. Get that. Insert the next petal, tuck it in, and continue rolling.
Okay, bakers. For this chocolate technique test, we want you to showcase your modeling skills.
2 hours
by
on the
creating-
clock to complete this test. The pantry has everything you need to bring your cupcakes into
That
full
celebrates
bloom.
flowers. And when I think flowers, I think fancy drinks. And when I think fancy drinks, I think Hawaii.
This isn't my first competition. I've played competitive volleyball my entire life, and I won they're actually called the Queen of Fruits. They're perfectly ripe. They're so sweet. Honestly, they don't taste like any other fruit.
Orange chocolate cupcake filled with a calamansi curd and topped with a orange blossom water Swiss meringue buttercream.
Cool. That's really good.
We're at the halfway mark.
I need to hustle. You want to use every second you have. No matter what I do and no matter how good my flowers are, I still...
Right on the money. There's an advantage that the winner of this challenge is going
It's
to receive.
either go big or don't have a garden. So I am making the biggest flower that I've ever come up with.
Into the cupcake and or the topping.
That's done with.
We don't have to see it everywhere, but it has to be.
I have a spiced rum chocolate base, a coconut Swiss meringue buttercream.
A white chocolate cupcake with a yuzu citrus filling. So it's an orange base
Not being
cupcake.
stingy with the amount of flowers you've given us, but I think you just need to refine
the
your petal
calamansi
work.
and that curd. And to me, that's what really makes this cupcake sing. I think it's borderline.
So it's really nice to be recognized for that.
Bakers, Thank you for sharing your cupcakes with us. For this chocolate elimination challenge,
I love bacon. That is what I would switch
popcorn.
with.
This is just gonna sit and steep. From this whole competition, I've learned whenever you're heating
Cheese
something.
crackers. I have never used it in baking before.
cook it out so well because any fat left is going to harden and congeal.
Now my tart shells are done, so I've decided to make a pretzel pastry cream. I
Appreciate the
steep
circular
my
organic shape. Bit of drip is okay.
We have 30 minutes.
I'm not going to be using an ice cream maker. The ISI machine is just this pressurized canister, so it's going to do all the work for me.
Well done, bakers.
Time is up,
Fat
and I couldn't be
congeals.
more
The cream disappeared, the chocolate disappeared, but I was left with the bacon fat. I think you've got some solid. Your pastry cream, I think, was very innovative and so good. I loved your popcorn peanut
Cake
brittle.
until
'cause that-
today. Maybe I can pull dessert rabbits out of hats.
flavor that they were really looking for. And that's what this challenge is about.
Renew, it's your turn.
I'd actually try to make it sweeter.
Okay.
It was almost like eating a potato gratin that's just had a sprinkling of
Tea.
I just created a dessert that I would be willing to
So
pay.
are we. And we can't wait to see where you'll go from here.
Thank you very much.
If they want to secure a sweet spot in the finale.
I don't have time to remake it at this point.
The top 5 home bakers' chocolate molding skills were in full bloom.
We hope your flowers are starting to blossom.
Top 4. I'm flabbergasted.
Getting that $50,000 would be just so great, but all 4 of us are outstanding
In this
bakers.
mold, and we're gonna fill that up 2/3. From this point, we're slowly gonna... So that we can use it to conceal a surprise dessert. There you have it, an adorable chocolate.
steady. Get your sweet on.
Here at this point to prove to myself that I'm capable of winning.
Because it's art. You can create anything, and first thing I think of is a dragon egg. When I think dragons, I think back to my Chinese
Hopefully I can put $50,000 in that piggy bank soon. I am concerned because it is
And
another
one of the
sculpture.
trickiest things is gonna be cutting a hole in the sphere, because you have to be very careful or it could crack and they don't have time to make another.
Well, I gotta make the ears and the tail, and then I wanna make some dollar signs because the rectangle I'm using for the tart is so wide. Awesome.
Well, there's a lot of cracks on it, but that's why we have designs.
Attaching all of the decorations to the sphere is pretty much a nightmare.
And Earth is home, obviously. And I am using 2 different molds to make my house. Beautiful. Look at that.
Nice job.
So it's a pumpkin spice mousse
Combination
on
of
top
pumpkin with chocolate is heavenly. Another
You
accent.
hit on
Something as simple as a coconut macaroon would tie in that coconut
This
flavor.
dessert is symbolic to my Asian heritage and culture, and we'd all sit down together
Spectacular
after.
molds filled with tasty treats. The baker with the best dessert will win and reimagine the flavor and texture of the chocolate bar you choose and invent. Really excited about this potential to work with Purdy's to create their own custom.
But you get a spiral all the way down the log. I've never made a Swiss roll, but I've watched a
Sort
lot
of
of them.
like a chocolate mousse cake, but it's denser. I add icing sugar,
the
egg
balloons
yolk.
and letting them set. And now, I need to get this ready for my Rollapalooza.
In order to bring my personality to my plate, I'm going to hand paint little mint leaves out of
Because
dark
the
chocolate.
downward pressure is gonna smush your cake. So you wrap the dental floss around your cake.
And I start to run out of ganache. Erg. What am I gonna do?
Clean, but not melted.
Panna cotta, hello? Holla! Woo!
Yes. A mint chocolate terrine with mint chocolate truffles. And the design on
the
top
mint in a way that actually melts away the way the chocolate bar does. So very nicely done. Dessert.
I'm fairly confident that my dish shows that I'm ready for this finale.
Chocolate salted butter toffee bar. And I decided to make a chocolate fort layered
We
with
asked
a
for imaginative, and I have seen this before.
Only one of you will bake in this kitchen again. Rainu, your cake had great crunch.
I did not think I was going to make it this far, so I'm really proud of myself.
You do have an eye for play.
It's gonna be great chocolate showdown champion.
10 home bakers set out
Get your chocolate on
a decadent journey.
Going into game mode.
Now, only 3 bakers remain. Mom and high school teacher Casey had a rocky start.
I'm going to do whatever I have to do to win. Sweet.
And circus performer T.
I want this so bad.
It's the finale.
It's anybody's game at this point. Anybody's.
Of great.
Congratulations to the 3 of you on making it to the finale of Great Chocolate Show. We're looking for one grand, eye-catching centerpiece.
Please welcome back Vanessa, Fatty, and Kathy.
It's your turn.
Kathy, I'm overjoyed. She is such a great.
Steady. Get your sweet
that
on.
are traditional to my family, and then aesthetics that came from my art school background.
Power. This bake shop is named Cirque du Soufflé. In Cirque Ganache. And then we have the mirror glaze on top.
Well, thank you very much, T.
I put them together to create a sphere. It's my happy place. And then spray them with velvet cocoa butter spray.
I'm mixing in some melted white chocolate.
That looks really good. Oh my God.
While Fatty is tempering white chocolate.
And there's a lot on the line.
Hey, that's a lot. Holy moly.
Absolutely.
I've finished my 6
Oh, it's a nice
matching.
color.
Oh, it smells good. Carrot pie filling comes out of the oven. I want to cram as much.
Yeah, okay.
This is going to be on top of my redemption cake. We have to reinvent the first cake we
The
made.
very first dessert I made in the Great Chocolate Showdown. It's a 3-layer chocolate cake with a
happened to my
strawberry
timer?
buttered-
My toasted coconut is super toasted. Oh, I didn't press start. Seriously.
Turn up that heat. You have 1 hour left.
I forgot to add the second half of my flour and almond flour.
Oh boy.
I don't want to start a whole fresh batch.
Kind of what it can tolerate and what it can't tolerate. You know, and even all these cutters and tools and torches, they're pretty fun to play with.
Macaron, and they only get to pick the nice filled ones because I want to win this. Winning the Great
And
Chocolate
just push
Showdown.
it right into that. And where's that? It's okay, it's okay. Holy cheese and crackers.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Who I was. It helped me make friends. And my parents were super supportive.
The pops of color, the whimsy, the
Mirror glaze
playfulness.
creations. And the whole thing is sitting on top of a white chocolate painter's palette with a modeling chocolate paintbrush.
I took a bite off that chocolate coconut cake and...
Hi, Rainu.
Hi, chefs.
So tell us, what is the theme of your bake shop?
The theme of my bake shop window is sort of a
because
structure.
of the airiness of the passion fruit curd and its tartness that is borderline dominating. This is a showpiece with a capital S. It captures your imagination and it makes you...
T, you have made some leaps and bounds throughout this competition.
Next, we have my redo of my Citrus Circus tart.
A French patisserie would dare open its door without a macaron tower.
A work of art.
Thank you.
Casey, you reinterpreted your first dish with a clever balance.
My chocolate possibilities are endless. I am the Great Chocolate Showdown champion.